What's up, YouTube? It is your boy Sean P back with another video. First off, if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel, Sean P TV. And if you're subscribed to my channel, thank you for subscribing to my channel. And today's video is my day 114 update of my pipe fitter apprenticeship. What is there to update? Well, recently, this past Saturday, as a matter of fact, I did first aid and CPR training. And pretty much they just went over how to do CPR. And this is probably like one of the better classes I've done in terms of like CPR, because it was kind of more hands-on, just in case you might have to do CPR on somebody. And what they did was they had all of us like pair up with, just pair up with somebody else, and we demonstrated on a dummy. And the dummy, how you would do with CPR, of course, they give you like a barrier, so that way when you give a person a breath, you breathe into them, you hold their nose, they give you the barrier so you don't get contaminated, because they might end up throwing up or something, you don't know. But you press their nose, give them 2 breaths, then you do your compressions, 30 compressions, and you got to make sure that you're doing the compressions right. And the way that you would know on the dummy is, if you're doing them right, the dummy will flash green. If you were doing them kind of semi-right, like halfway, it would be green, but it would be like a yellow light too. That means you're kind of doing it right, but you're not in rhythm with the compressions. And if you're in the red, you're just, you're not really doing anything for that person. But the dummy was pretty much self-explanatory. So when you're doing the compressions, you kind of got to be in rhythm, and they were telling us like in class, like that some people do it to certain songs. I heard, Staying Alive. There's a couple other songs that I heard, but pretty much when you're doing compressions on somebody, when you're giving CPR, you want to stay in rhythm so you don't fall out of rhythm, because then the dummy will light up. What else? And then with the first aid, anything could happen with, on a construction site. So you got to know how to administer that if it came down to it. And they paired us up again. One of my, classmates did like kind of like a arm wound or whatever, like where if I cut myself, he would apply the gauze, not the gauze, but put the bandage on, or apply pressure to it while he's wrapping up the gauze, wrapping it up and make sure it's tight and make sure the pressure's on that wound. And he did a pretty good job. And from what he was telling me, his dad and stuff kind of taught him that type of stuff, which is pretty cool in my book. And that's what he did on my wound. And on his wound, I kind of did like a broken finger. And it was a broken finger. So you pretty much would kind of, no, it wasn't a broken finger, it was a lacerated finger. So pretty much you would just apply the bandage on, or not the bandage, but apply pressure, bandage, then the gauze, wrap around the wound, and make sure it doesn't, you're not losing blood, and make sure it's a good, secure wraparound. And I did that on him, and he was actually talking me through it, because like I said, his dad kind of showed him all this stuff, so, which, like I said, is pretty cool. So that's what we did on Saturday in class. What else has happened the last like maybe 8 days? Driving a scissor lift more, getting a feel for that. And actually today I got my certification for scissor lift, forklift training, and the aerial lift. So any of the aerial lifts, I think I am certified to drive, pretty much like extended booms and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool, which I haven't drove a boom yet. I'm quite sure I'm going to end up doing, driving one in the future, which is it's not nerve-wracking. It just sucks because you got to try to maneuver, know how to maneuver and all that stuff. And, and that's my main issue, just learning how to maneuver, which is kind of just like when you first learn how to drive, you're trying to figure stuff out. So, but once you get the hang of it, once you get the repetitions in, it'll be like kind of like muscle memory, it'll come to you. But I've been doing that. That's pretty much it. In class yesterday, was doing rigging in class, like learning how to secure loads and what type of shackles to use, and for certain loads, because not all loads are the same, of course. Like some have more weight than others, and you have to know how to tie it around certain hoists, and know what chokers to use and what come-alongs and all that stuff, the type of come-alongs to use to, secure that load. So we've been going over that in class. As a matter of fact, I got to finish these assignments for tomorrow before he gives us the other worksheets. But that's pretty much what's been going on at work. Like, we just been kind of doing a lot of demolition work. And like I said, demo is pretty much just taking down pipe, old pipe that they don't use no more, taking down anchors and hangers and all that stuff. You just been doing pretty much maintenance type work at my job site for now. Like I said, I just been getting more familiar with driving a scissor lift, and just with the whole, I haven't drove a forklift yet. Even though I've driven a forklift in the past, it's just, I kind of need that refresher. You know how to ride a bike, but it take a while, and then once you start riding it, you get used to it again. It's kind of like that. So that's pretty much what's been going on the last like maybe 8 days. Just been class, like, learning fittings and all that stuff. And that's my thing, is fittings, and maybe it's just the whole, I guess, the whole process of how to pipe fit. Like, once you get your ISO and you figure out what you need and how you put them pieces together, and then you got your, you got the welding part, and you got to kind of compensate for the welding part. And just because, like, on the ISO, when it measures out like 11 feet 8, it's not going to be 11 feet 8 of pipe. You might end up cutting certain portions like 4 feet, and then you got the fitting that adds to it. And then you might have a flange that adds to it. And yeah, it's just a lot to learn. And at times I kind of get like maybe a little bit frustrated. It's just because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I should know this stuff, but how am I going to know if I don't have the experience? Like I'm trying to, like, and I think another YouTuber, Roger Wakefield, and I kind of put it in his comment section, like, I'm trying to cram in like 30, 20 years into like one day, and it's not going to happen. It's unrealistic. Like, you just have to kind of enjoy the process and just learn as much as you can. But I get frustrated because I like working. As odd as that sounds, I actually like working and doing something. Like, when I'm standing and stagnant and just watching, I get antsy. Like, I get like kind of like I get kind of restless. Like, I kind of have to constantly be doing something, like turning a wrench or doing something just to keep myself busy, because it's just like I get restless after a while. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, because people kind of tell me to like slow down a little bit because you're moving too fast, but I get anxious because I'm trying to perform the job, and perform it well, and perform it in a, kind of not really quick, but just not be slow about it. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of be productive. And that's pretty much what's been going on like the last like maybe 8 days. I've been kind of just, driving the scissor lift more. Another thing that's been getting me is the harness. Like, I always have a hard time putting on, I don't know why. I guess it's adjusting it to make sure that I'm strapped in. That's another thing too. When you start wearing these harnesses and all this stuff and going up in the scissor lift, you have to make sure that you're tied off. Make sure that you are strapped into that harness, man, because that is the difference between you going home that day. So take that stuff serious when it comes to putting on like your harness and all that stuff. Please take that stuff serious, because like I said, man, we all want to go home to our families and all that stuff. So when you're, in class and you're learning that type of stuff, man, I know we all get tired and want to fall asleep and stuff, but please pay attention to that type of stuff, because it's vital. And like, that's pretty much, I think, all that I have on my update. I mean, that's it, I guess. I mean, oh, and I also, before I forget, I wanted to shout out Hayward Myers. Thank you for the mentorship, or mentoring me, or just giving me some good advice on, how to really tackle like what to do and all this stuff, man. It's been greatly appreciated. I mean, yeah, I got no words right now. I mean, and that goes for everybody that's been leaving kind of like positive comments, and, talking about keep up with it, stick with it. They like the videos, me documenting my journey. And my whole goal is really to kind of like shed, just like Mike Rowe my whole deal is to kind of really shed light on skilled trades because I think it's undervalued in society. I think it's just undervalued, period, man. Like, the reason I got into doing skilled trades is because it is something that no one can take from me. Once you learn plumbing, you know how to plumb. Once you become an electrician, you're an electrician. Once you become a pipe fitter, you're a pipe fitter. HVAC, all the trades, you know, and it's something that I kind of been wanting to do for a while, and I'm just glad I'm doing it. And I just want to document my journey, and maybe this might motivate more people to pursue the trades and really just, you know, as an alternative to college. I mean, I'm not knocking college. It's just like college ain't for everybody. I'll just put it that way. But hopefully this video helps somebody, and me kind of helping them along their journey as well. But other than that, I'm gonna sum up this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below if you're like a fellow apprentice, you know, going through, you know, your apprenticeship. You know, hey man, I love to chat it up with anybody, man. Like, people have been kind of reaching out to me, so it's been pretty cool. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace. Cut the damn camera off, Sean.